Ahead on DC News Now at 4.
Hope on the Hill tonight as a potential end to the government shutdown is within reach. Why some officials still warn, though, that a full recovery could take time.
Windy and cold in the region. Meteorologist Damon Madsen is tracking the temperatures. Also, a fright for passengers after the cockpit window on a plane cracks. The exclusive from DC News Now's Ben Dennis, who is aboard the flight headed for DC.
Puppies found abandoned in Faulkner County, Virginia. Why one of their caretakers tells us their survival is nothing short of a miracle.
Veterans in Western Maryland honored for their service, what they had to say about their sacrifice.
Watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Annalisa Gale on this Tuesday, Veterans Day, Mark.
A breezy Veterans Day, Annalisa. Let's head over to meteorologist Damon Madsen with the first look at our forecast. Damon, that wind was unkind throughout the day.
Oh, it sure has been, Mark and Annalisa, and some would even call it just straight up windy. Yeah, we have that wind howling out there on this Veterans Day, and it has not let up at all through the afternoon and all the way back even into last night. And it's been amplifying the cold air that we've had in place over the last 12 to 18 hours. Here we have it. Those wind gusts have been reaching up, averaging around 30 miles per hour pretty consistently, but on occasion, we are noticing slightly stronger gusts up toward 35, even 40 miles per hour. At least at this point, we don't have that on our map, but we did notice it at times throughout the afternoon. And air temps, those thermometers out there, are only reading the lower and middle 40s, but when you factor in the wind, it feels more like the upper 30s in D.C., close to that freezing mark in Hagerstown and Leesburg. And as you drift even farther west, the wind chills aren't even out of the 20s along the Allegheny front. So find any way you can to stay warm if you do have to head out throughout this Tuesday evening. That wind will continue to howl. So as temperatures drop into the 30s, we'll once again have wind chills back down area wide into the 20s. Now, it is going to stay windy as we head into the day on Wednesday, but are we about to notice our temperatures finally rebounding back up? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. The bill to reopen the government passed the Senate after 8 Democrats joined GOP supporters in the big vote.
Yeah, the House will reconvene tomorrow to vote on that bill. The continuing resolution allows the government to be funded until January 30th and gives lawmakers time to craft full-year spending bills.
And DC News Now's Marielle Carbone live on Capitol Hill, where members of the House are returning. Marielle, what's next?
Yeah, well, Mark and Annalisa, again, we could have the House vote on this as soon as tomorrow afternoon, and then it would go to the president, who says he'll sign it quickly and get the government reopened. But officials are warning that even once that happens, it will still take some time for a full recovery from the shutdown, which community leaders are taking into account. At Reagan National Airport, travelers are taking precautions.
I was planning on getting here as early as possible.
As delays and cancellations plague the airspace, the FAA cutting 6% of air travel Tuesday as the government shutdown continues.
Traveling itself has become less of a joy and more of a burden. This instance really put everything out of chaos.
Officials are warning recovery won't be immediate, even after the government reopens. For air travel, it'll take time to get workers paid and staffing levels back up. For area food pantries,
we're really trying to get in front of it.
Higher residual need from SNAP cuts and furloughed federal workers are expected into the holidays.
I honestly don't think anything is going to go back to normal.
In D.C.'s Washington Highlands neighborhood, leaders are launching Operation SNAP-Gap, offering hot meals this week to those who need them.
Some people are getting way less than what they usually get monthly. It is just very important to ensure that our families eat. We got to eat.
The short-term deal passed by the Senate funds programs like SNAP and WIC through the next fiscal year. Promises a vote on health care subsidies, gives back pay to furloughed workers, reinstates fired federal workers, and pauses future layoffs.
We're opening up our country.
But Democratic House members who are returning to the Hill for a vote are skeptical.
There's some stuff in the Senate compromise that could be good, but I don't trust the Trump administration to follow the orders.
Virginia Congressman Suha Subramaniam.
I plan to vote no.
And once the government does reopen, it's unclear how long it'll take some of those benefits and pay to start flowing. Members of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association say during last shutdown, it took those air traffic controllers 2 to 2.5 months before they were really made whole again with their pay and compensation. Reporting live from the Hill tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And for continuing coverage of resources available and to see how local officials have been responding to this 42-day shutdown, you can head to our website right now, dcnewsnow.com.
Well, passengers on a flight bound for D.C. are recalling the scary moment after learning a window in the cockpit cracked.
Yeah, that plane was headed to Reagan National Airport from Chicago when the captain said a maintenance issue was found and the flight had to be diverted. D.C. News Now's Ben Dennis, who was on that flight, he asked the crew what that maintenance issue was and captured that jarring sight on board. Ben, we're glad you're safe. What happened here?
So am I, present company included. As for everybody who was on board, it was concerning to see that cockpit window cracked while I was getting off of that American Airlines flight yesterday. Well, I had been tracking our flight roughly an hour to go to get here at Reagan National when I saw we had made a U-turn. Not long thereafter, the pilot came over the intercom, said we had to make a diversion to Columbus, Ohio because of a maintenance issue. Let's backtrack here. I started my journey back to D.C. in Palm Springs, California yesterday at noon. Once we landed in Chicago, our D.C. flight was delayed over 2 hours. We got on board a regional jet operated by Republic Airways with an American Airlines flight number 4435. Flight tracking data from FlightAware says that we were cruising at 35,000 feet, going 535 miles an hour when we started to descend around 11:10 at night. Once on the ground in Columbus, the flight crew came over the intercom, said the plane was not airworthy and that we had to get on another plane to try and get back to D.C. I also asked what may have happened to that window. Take a listen.
I consider it unairworthy at this point. Good news, we have good and safe aircraft right next to us. We'll hop over there, get resituated, get turned away to our nation's capital.
What caused that?
We don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, guys. You can see clearly the cockpit window on the right side was cracked, largely splintered. Again, the crew told me they didn't know exactly what happened. Mark, Annalisa?
All right, Ben, before we let you go, were people panicked with the diversion, and what was the mood inside of the plane after they found out that the window was cracked?
Well, the concern initially was not prevalent. It was largely people upset that we were already delayed. We would have to be diverted. Who knew if we were going to have to spend the night in Ohio or even have a flight available come back to D.C.? We were only told at the time it was a maintenance issue, not that a cockpit window had cracked. Now, American Airlines sent us a statement saying in part that they're going to have to investigate and that safety is the center of everything at American. We never want to disrupt our customers' travel plans, and we apologize for the inconvenience that this has caused. Audio between the cockpit and air traffic controllers on the ground seemed to suggest that there were 80 of us on board at the time. Nobody was hurt. Good news. Bad news, we lost plenty of sleep over it. We did get a flight back to D.C., though we did not land here in our nation's capital until 3:11 this morning. At Reagan National Airport, Ben Dennis, back to you.
All right, Ben, again, glad you're safe there. Thank you. Well, this morning in Prince George's County, a CSX train colliding with a car. It happened just before 6 a.m. in the area of Lawrence Place and Kenilworth Avenue in Bladensburg, Maryland. There were 2 people in the car. They were evaluated by EMS and refused transportation, according to officials. Right now, it's unclear what led up to that crash.
Well, it is Veterans Day, and President Trump spoke at a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. The president, alongside Vice President J.D. Vance and Veterans Affairs Secretary Doug Collins, were in attendance as they laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
We love you, we salute you, and we will never forget what you have done to keep America safe, sovereign, and free. Thank you very much.
Well, earlier this year, the president said that he wanted to rename Veterans Day to Victory Day for World War I Day. Now, the White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt clarified that Veterans Day would not be renamed, but that the new holiday would just be an additional proclamation.
And back in Maryland now, new help is on the way for veterans in Prince George's County.
A council member, a local church, and a veterans organization, well, they're joining forces to make it easier for service members to get the benefits they need and deserve.
Yeah, DC News Now's Yamari Sase shows us how this partnership is bringing some much-needed hope to those who have served.
For many veterans, navigating the Veterans Affairs system can be overwhelming, filled with confusion, paperwork, and long wait times. But right here in District 8, they're introducing a partnership that'll help ease that.
If you fought for us, we fight for you. It's a wonderful, wonderful blessing.
After serving 20 years in the Army and dealing with PTSD, back and knee problems, Rosa Gaines spent another 2 decades trying to get the benefits she deserved.
I was trying to get some type of medical disability assistance afterwards, but it was just really difficult. The process was confusing.
That help finally came through Vet for Vet Consulting, the group that works to make sure veterans receive their full benefits. And now, thanks to a new partnership between Council Chair Edward Burrows, Vet for Vet Consulting, and Victory Church International, more veterans in District 8 will have that same opportunity.
This program is about dignity and respect, and to help to restore the faith that when you go off and you serve this country, when you come back, this country will be here to support you, and this county and District 8 will be here to support you as you navigate these complex systems.
These things make a huge difference when we're talking about not having to pay an $8 copay for a medication or $25 copay, or not being able to afford that medication.
And for veterans like Gaines, this partnership means future veterans won't have to go through what she did.
I'm just thankful that I met Ms. Deborah Nelson, and I'm thankful to be in District 8 under Councilman Burrows.
Well, if you're a veteran and you live right here in District 8 in Prince George's County, you can visit our website, DCNewsNow.com, to learn more information. Reporting in Prince George's County, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Yeah, Marie, thank you. And with Veterans Day, we're helping those who have served by stretching their dollar as well. If you have a taste for Italian, Olive Garden is offering a free entree from their special menu for veterans. Chili is also offering veterans a free entree and a free side. And you can get a smash burger at Hard Rock Cafe. The offer can be combined with their 15% military discount as well.